Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about operations and expressions, which are the building blocks of all math. And this lesson is of great importance to us as grade 5 students. So we will go step by step with examples that you can follow and even try at home. So let's dive in. But before that, I want to let you know that this lesson has been grouped into parts. This is part 1 of it. And then you have to try and watch all the parts so you can get a complete understanding on operations and expressions. So what do you achieve, or what will you learn or achieve at the end of this lesson? So by the end of this lesson, you will be able to recognize the 4 basic operations, that is the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And then you should be able to understand what an expression is and how it differs from an equation. And then you should also learn the correct math terms so you can explain your work confidently and being able to solve everyday problems. This lesson will help you not only in class, but also in everyday life, like calculating totals, dividing snacks, or solving small problems mentally. So stay tuned and let's get started. Now, before we start, let us ask ourselves, why do we need to learn about this? Operations and expressions. The reason is that operations are like tools in your math toolbox. You need them to solve math problems or any other problems as far as calculation is concerned. Another reason is expressions shows us how numbers work together and help us write problems in a simple way. And another very vital reason for learning this is gaining these skills are very useful in real life. For instance, calculating how much you spend at the market, dividing items fairly among friends, and cooking and measuring ingredients even in the kitchen. So try to think of math or expressions and operations as a tool that help you solve problems every blessed day. And the better you understand these basics, the easier all other math topics will become. So let's continue to look at the 4 basic operations that we have. We have addition, which means joining numbers together. So we have 3 plus 2 in the example. So the 3 plus 2, joining 3 apples to 2 apples, or adding 3 apples to 2 apples, give us 5 apples. So we put things together. You are putting 3 apples together with 2 apples, and this gives us a total apples of 5. Now let's move to subtraction. Subtraction means taking numbers away. So assuming that you have 7 candies, as you can see on the screen, you have 7 candies, and then you add 3 out of it. So you take away, you add 3 out of it. So that 3 is out of the 7 that what you were having. So how many candies will you be left with? That is absolutely 4. So that is it about subtraction, taking away. Multiplication means repeated addition. What it means is that 4 times 3 simply means 4 adding to itself 3 times. So we have 4 plus 4 and then plus 4. So 4 adding to itself 3 times. So it is just like putting 4 items in 3 different objects each. So basket 1 have 4 items in it. Basket 2 has 4 items in it. And basket 3 has 4 items in it. So when we are talking about multiplication, we are just talking about repeated addition. Repeated addition. This number adding to itself this number of times. That is what it means. And when you add 4 to 4, we get 8. And 8 to 4, we get 12. All right, I believe you are following. Then we have division. Division basically means sharing or grouping. So, for example, 12 divided by 3, and this is the sign of division. So 12 divided by 3, meaning you are sharing 12 items to 3 people. 12 items to 3 people. So if you have 7 chocolates and you are sharing to 3 people, each of them is going to have 4 chocolates. So you have 12 chocolates sharing to 3 friends. Each of them is going to receive 4 chocolates each. So we have person A, we have person B, we have person C. So you give one, you give one, you give one. Then you add that, you give another because it's not yet finished. You add another one, you add another. Then you add another, you add another, and then you add another. So this becomes 9. So it means we are still left with 3. So then you add another, then you add another, then you add another. So this means all got finished. So the 12 chocolates all finished. So you got to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you are sharing 12 candies among 3 people. This is basically what division is all about. All right. So you can solve or give your own examples with real objects or numbers and try your hands on them. We move on. What is mass expression? So now that we know the operations, let's explore expressions. A mass expression is basically a combination of numbers and operations without an equal sign. We know that numbers, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, etc. And the operations, we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So when we are talking about expression, we are basically talking about numbers and the operational signs without an equal to sign. So this without an equal to sign is called expressions. Expressions do not have excuse me, expressions do not have equal signs. So we have to take note of that. This is very important. You see, we can calculate expressions, but the expression itself only shows the problem, but it doesn't show the answer. So that is the expression. So when we say expression, we can calculate all right, but the expression itself doesn't show the answer or the result. It only shows us this form of question without equal to sign. But when it comes to expression versus equation, equation has equal to signs. You know, equation, they have equal to signs, and most of the times students mix up expressions with equations, and that is the reason why we have to clear this up. We have to clear it out for all of us to understand. So an expression is just numbers and the operational signs: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. But equation has the answer, the result. Okay, and it has the equal to sign. That is the most important thing. Equations have the equal to sign. Expressions do not have the equal to sign. Equation shows the answer. Expressions do not show any answer. All right, so always look for the equal sign. If there is, it is an equation. If not, it is an expression. So let's look on, or let's continue. This is your time to try it yourself. So you're going to pause the video and then you try it and see if you are correct. So let's look at the problem number 1. Is it an expression or it is an equation? Yes, you are right. If you say an expression, you are absolutely correct. This is an expression. The second one, problem 2, is it an equation or an expression? You're absolutely right. This is an expression, not an equation, because there is no equal to sign. And the third one, problem number 3, is it an expression or an equation? Absolutely true. It is an equation because it has the equal to sign. This is it. So you have to try writing your own examples at home. Pick some numbers, combine them using operations, that is addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication, and decide if it is an expression or an equation. This helps you understand the difference clearly. So you have to come up with your own examples, even in the comment section of this video. So, brethren, this is what we've learned so far. Let us review what we learned today. We learned that operations are the tools of math, and you need them to solve any math problem. And we also learned that expressions are a combination of what numbers and operations without an equal sign. And we also established the fact that expressions do not have an equal sign, while equations have an equal sign. And then we also established that using correct math language helps you explain your work clearly to teachers, to classmates, even to yourself. So keep practicing and identifying expressions and operations in your exercises or your daily life. The better you get at these basics, the easier all other math topics will be. It is great. If you have enjoyed this lesson, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss part 2, where we will learn math properties and see how they help us solve problems faster. Also, comment below in the section which operation you find easiest, or share an example of an expression you can make. I would love to see you and to see your answers and response. See you in our next lesson. God bless you for your time, and goodbye.